Obvious one. Did J.E. go today?
I don't know. It's a good question.
That's a good question. All right, sounds good. Considering Evan playing at the 5 just all preseason, how do you feel like the guys have played around him, giving him all that space?
I think they've done a really good job. I think he's done a really good job assuming that role. Again, like he's elite with the ball in his hands in small spaces. So not only is it about him, but he knows how to get his teammates the ball. And when you know you're going to get the ball, you do things differently, right? You cut harder, you space more, you relocate, all those things. And I think the guys have seen that they're going to get it, so they're willing to do those extra things.
How does the team's dynamic change when Jarrett does play and when those two are on the floor at the same time from an offensive standpoint?
Again, I think we have to get to the point where, Evan's usage, is still increased from where it's been in the past. You typically use the 5-man in a lot of actions because teams don't typically switch 5, so you can create advantages. But we just have to do more to keep putting Evan in the action and work versus switches, and how do we get him the ball versus switch in a position where he can still make the right basketball play.
And on the defensive end as well, impacting, obviously Jarrett's one of the best rim protectors in the game. So.
Yeah, I think obviously, there was a reason why we were elite defensively last year. Because you had those two guys on the floor side by side, making it extremely difficult for people to even see the rim, let alone drive in there and attack us there. So that allows you to guard the perimeter in a different way. But now it just everybody's got to step themselves up. We're going to have different lineups, big lineups, small lineups. People just have to go out and execute our system.
You've admitted in the past that you like ugly games. Is this taking some getting used to, just getting up and down the floor like this?
Yeah, and it's, we're still going to win it ugly because there's going to be those moments that separate from wins and losses where somebody's got to be more gritty than the other team. So, our expectation is we can thrive in those moments, and that's what we aim to do.
What kind of challenges does Brooklyn present? First opponent, obviously, but, Mikal and
obviously they've got, elite individual talent. Looking at the film from the preseason, like Ben Simmons is playing with confidence. He's attacking. He defends multiple positions, so he creates his own problems as a 6'10" point guard. Bridges can get to his spot and create his shots. And then they can do some things defensively because of their size, where they can switch a lot, keep people in front of them, and not have to bring extra help to the ball. So, they present some problems. But, again, I think if we do what we do well, we'll be just fine. Yeah, we want our guys to put some pressure on themselves if they're capable of handling it. And Evan is capable and proven that he's capable of handling things at a young age that some people might not. Some people may put that pressure on them and it changes the way that they play in a negative way. Evan is so selfless that all that means is he's going to do more of the right things. And, that's a good thing for us. So, we want Evan to push himself to be as great as he can and set high goals and then do whatever it takes to reach them. Yeah, he's, one of the, and I know there's some guys who have some pushback, but, he might be the fastest guy we have from stop to start. I think he gets to his highest speed more quickly than anybody on our team, so that translates from converting from defense to offense, but also offensively, like when he's making cuts and those types of things, he's able to get to full speed quick as well.
Did Jarrett have any kind of setback?
No.
Was there anything concerning with their reevaluation
No.
over the weekend? Okay. And you mentioned yesterday that you want to see him put in a full practice before you put him in a game situation. Like looking ahead to the schedule on this weekend, there aren't as many practice times available because you start 3 games in 4 nights. So is this something that could be potentially a multi-game absence with him?
Possibly. And again, our goal is always to do what's most safe by our players and put them in a position to be successful. It's a long season, and we just want to make sure that this is something where he's comfortable coming back, and it's not one of those things where now you're ping-ponging him back and forth because, he's uncomfortable or doesn't feel like he's got enough reps or whatever it may be. So, again, it's not the best because we know how valuable he is to us. But long term, whatever decision we make, that's what we're going for.
Not that you weren't able to handle his loss last year, but in any way, do you feel better equipped to handle it this year? And if so, why?
I mean, again, we're going to miss Jarrett Allen, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts or ways around that. Adding guys who have more experience in playing, versatile and different positions, that helps. Having guys who have more experience, games played, those types of things, like they understand where they can pick up slack from, what might be missing. Leaning a little bit more on the offense, with the guys that can space and shoot it. That obviously helps too, take some of the pressure off your defense, but, we still have to get busy on that end also.
Knowing that just season starts tomorrow, was the vibe different today than it's been the past couple of weeks? Does it seem the same? Just kind of give us a sense of what the guys are like right now.
I think the guys, they're loose and ready to go. We intentionally wanted training camp to be uncomfortable. We wanted the preseason to be uncomfortable. But what we also have to remember and maintain is our identity. And we are a group that likes to have a lot of fun. Like, we have fun in the competition. So we can't lose that either. So today, we're ready to go. We took care of business, but we had a good time doing it.
Did you succeed in making them, I guess, feel uncomfortable, or did you succeed?
I would say yes. I would say yes.
Is Dean feeling better?
Dean is still sick.
So he wasn't able to practice?
No,
today?
he was not.
What is his status for tomorrow?
We'll see. Yep.
I'm sorry to ask this before, but with Donovan not signing the extension, there's obviously the outside noise as a coach. How do you guys kind of block that out and not let it become a distraction as the season goes on?
It's the perfect opportunity to live by, what the things we talked about leading up to this point. If we are gonna ride our own wave, like, the outside noise doesn't matter. Other people's opinions don't matter. The only thing that matters is what we're doing in every single moment. And, I have not seen any inkling that Donovan is not committed to this team. He's been with the group throughout the summer. He's gone through training camp. He's doing the right things. He's working with his teammates. So I let my eyes tell me what I see, as opposed to listening to what other people might say.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you guys.